I'm a monster too.
What do you mean?
Oh, my friend, you're about to find out.
Ooh, bacon.
Greetings, tasty morsels. It's Reverse BLT here. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are watching episode 4 of the second season of The Wheel of Time. And I'm pretty excited because I saw the title of this one is Daughter of the Night. I wonder who that could be. Yeah, I figured this was going to be the cold open for the episode where this reveal happened. I didn't think it was going to happen this early in the season, though. I figured it would be like episode 7 or so. But all the clips they showed us were pretty much from the first few episodes, so it does make sense, actually. It's a very beautiful yet claustrophobic place. This must be the moon dial that Bayle Domon was talking about. So I'm thinking that each Forsaken is essentially kind of like a battery powering each seal in the Dark One's prison. Like their power is being diverted to keep the seals in place. Welcome back, Daughter of the Night. Who be this? Oh, it's Lady Alvaire. Yep. Living off memories of faded importance.
I need a dress ordered from.
It's been decades, Moiraine. Sit.
That old Aes Sedai manner.
Have some tea.
It's like even more haughty than noble
Perhaps
people.
lunch.
They're just like, I got
Someone I need
stuff
to
to
meet this
do. I have people to order about. Man, that door was like clangy.
My family have a cabin up near Kinslay's Dagger. I used to go there all the time as a girl. You want to come?
Celine, I can't.
Kinslayer's dagger. All the things named for Luz Theron Telamon. Meanwhile, at the Hall of Justice. I can't even fathom what Nynaeve's going through right now. And the question that eats at you, was it real? Was it just a fantasy? And she literally has memories of you as a green going off to fight against Trollocs and stuff.
It wasn't real.
Yeah, well.
None of it was real.
Tell yourself whatever you need to. Yeah, this feels like the kind of place Alana would hang out in. Look at all the little aunties.
Fine, thank you.
You heard what I said about fire.
I'm still full from breakfast.
Oh man, she likes to feed people.
I think she might actually be my perfect woman.
Nynaeve is going into the Archers. Fastest anyone's done since Cadsuane Sedai.
Keep mentioning Cadsuane.
I wish you could have known Moiraine before. One day she was simply changed. The way water becomes ice. You look at it and wonder how it was ever water before.
Duty is a heavy burden. She's pretty much had duty on her entire life. Put your weed in there. That her mom? If so, she's like the spitting freaking image. So now we're going to get to find out whether he can actually, if he's right about being able to see people who can channel, or if the truth is that he
Took everything from me.
that is his talent from the books, but just him not understanding what it is.
He's Tay Nadanin. In the foregate, the crescent.
The crescent.
Maniacal laugh. Maniacal laugh.
You will teach him everything you know about channeling. And at the end, if I'm satisfied with his progress, I'll leave the knife with you.
Man, what a sad, fucked up bargain. All right, so I think, yeah, that confirms that his ability really is just what it was in the book. Oh, wait, but he thinks he can see only men who can channel, though. So still open.
Since I came here to this tower, I just feel smaller and smaller.
Well, I mean, you're surrounded by people who are exceptional. Oh, I see quarterstaffs.
Okay. You must be Nynaeve Almera, aren't you?
Oh, they're all gonna start trying to low-key audition to be her warder.
I'm surprised you don't have all the eyes just following you around.
She does. They're just very subtle. What are you up to, Liandrin? I mean, I don't even know why I asked that. It's not like I don't know what Liandrin's up to.
Are you sure?
Trying to hang out with Perrin. Run, little babies, run! The whole bunch of good little boys. And girls, I assume.
Are you sure we're even going the right way?
Wolves don't get lost.
You're the one leading us, not them.
Look at me, boy.
He's not the leader of this pack. Where's Dapple?
What are we?
Wolf brother, they call us.
What does that mean?
Exactly what it sounds like.
It's Wolf brother. Pretty good name, yeah. Very self-explanatory.
Am I going to change into...
Don't be stupid.
Oh, cool. We're going to get, like, some explorations of how their shared experiences work.
One of our scouts spotted a buck. Send that vision
Nice.
to lead us to it.
How does it work?
Instinct. You'll learn what they mean, how to send them.
Nah, we don't do so great with raw meat, buddy. Oh my god, are they under...
Soon enough.
Are they going to zoom out and there's going to be a big old statue?
He likes you.
Of course he does. That's Hopper. Hopper's the goodest of boys.
What's his name?
He'll show you when he's ready.
Oh, wait. Was this supposed to be a secret? I didn't realize I was supposed to be keeping it a secret.
He lost his mate too. He mourns her still.
No.
Why did you wait so long to come to me?
This echoes a scene from the book, which is really interesting from the first book.
We don't go near women who can channel. Aes Sedai don't trust what they don't understand. Neither does any other human.
Facts. Yay! You go, buddy. You're gonna catch him one day. Just keep on hopping. The goodest of boys.
Hop. That's his name.
Close enough.
Yeah, they don't really truly have names as in words. They have names as in concepts. But that's really all a name is anyway.
Truly, you have a dizzying intellect.
I'm really happy to see
How much
Hopper.
water can they need for bread?
Depends on how much bread they're making.
Things burn in the foregate all the time, my lady. Shame we didn't take the buildings around.
There was a boy staying there.
Guy's an asshole.
Do you know where he is now?
Grant has made friends with a lot of people, or at the very least, a lot of people think fondly of him enough that they wouldn't just rat him out.
Wrong.
But I think Moiraine was able to read that
Incredible.
the guy was kind of holding back on
I
telling
wasn't
her
lying.
things.
I never used to come up here as a kid. I used to come with a man. The one before you.
Well, you're gonna have to explain. We
The
promised.
one before you. There's such good stuff going on with the writing.
He was the first man I ever loved. The only, actually.
I was about to say.
Powerful, confident.
Sounds a bit boring.
We used to get away as much as we could.
Oh, the irony.
We used to joke about never coming back down. But we always did.
Duty. The inescapable prison of duty.
Up here, I can believe it's not broken.
You want to go back there?
The wheel never gives anyone what they want.
Yes, damn sure. Especially not Taviran.
Nothing ever gives you what you want. If you want something, you have to take it.
You are a bad influence, Celine.
You said you could only see people's futures.
I mean, rolling the dice would be the future of the person rolling the dice.
Why don't you get us a run? I am tired.
How about I'll get us another round? Rooms, plural.
Matt is nothing if not persistent.
Was any of it real?
All of it was.
I've kept my son a secret for 80 years now, 90.
Wow.
The one power slows down our aging, and we have to sit and watch the people we love pass by. Instead, helpless to stop it.
Too bad some brilliant researcher couldn't have figured out how to use the one power to stop everyone from aging. I wonder if such a person exists.
You find a piece of this world that belongs to you, and you hold on to it. And then When it's finally gone, you find another.
Have you found another?
Yes. You would think after all these years he would have gotten the hang of this.
She'd never considered me an equal.
He's gonna have the insight.
We remind them that they are not gods.
I wouldn't think so. Lana needed a reminder.
You guys been snooping? No, are they gonna think that either Lan or Moiraine is a dark friend?
You've done well, little sister. Better than I would have done with the hand you were dealt. Thank you, Moiraine. But somehow, finally, I don't care what you think. I'm not here for your approval. I'm here because you will not endanger what I've worked all my life to build. All the eyes and ears you had here, they're mine now. The head of the sanitarium, Celestine. The guard you hailed at the gate.
So that's what was up with everybody's little looks.
If you want to know where that red-headed boy in the inn went, you're going to have to ask me very nicely over tea.
I thought you didn't care what she thought anymore. You're trying very hard to earn her respect.
I've been looking for you everywhere. Give us a moment.
This is my room.
If our friends are in trouble, why would you think I'd ever stay here?
And she didn't. And she obviously knew.
If I'd have been ready at the Eye of the World, I could have fought alongside Rand. Maybe he would have made it back. I'm never gonna fail any of you like that ever again.
I know a safe way out.
Don't make promises you can't keep.
Yes, I'm following you, obviously.
You are a complication. I am sorry for this.
And she put everything she had into that. She needed to knock out Nynaeve quickly. Nightmare about the past?
Will we be happy together?
Yep. Had a feeling it was him.
I won't let you hurt Matt.
You might. You came here to get instructions for where you're to take him next. Kyrian.
What's in Kyrian?
A lot of buildings, a castle, a half-burned foregate.
Little smartass.
Oh, we're gonna get... Okay, I was thinking this scene wouldn't happen. I have a feeling a lot of people are gonna be really impressed with this, if it's what I think it is. Uh-oh. Yeah, here it comes. Oh, was that how they're doing that?
What are you talking about?
Oh, you know me, right? I understand.
Do you? Do you really?
They say when men go mad, they kill the people they love first. So I'll go as far away as I can.
You said you love me.
That makes her so happy.
It's just part of your nature. You shouldn't hide it. I did that once. Turned my soul to him like a mirror, reflecting only what he wanted to see, leaving the rest of me in darkness. But one day he looked too long, too carefully. You need to give someone the chance to love all of you. They might not, but you have to give them the chance.
Those are some wise fucking words. Hey, go back and get your sword. You know, just leave your sword out there.
Celine.
You're getting kinky.
There's something you should know, Ran.
Shall never be.
I'm a monster too.
What do you mean?
Oh, my friend, you're about to find out.
What's happening?
Whoa, what? What? Oh, dear.
You killed her.
That is lovely. Daughter of the night. The most dangerous of the Forsaken.
Her name is Selene.
He's been lying to you. Which I never can.
Facts. And I bet a bunch of people are going to be all like weird about the fact that she said the most dangerous of the Forsaken. Most dangerous does not necessarily mean most powerful, guys. She's the most powerful, but I would argue that Lanfear definitely could give other Forsaken a run for their money in terms of dangerousness. That was damn good. Also, guys, you notice we got our confirmation that so what they are doing. I had to cut it out of the reaction last time because I inadvertently started talking about this and it was too soon because obviously we hadn't gotten this reveal yet and everything else. But one of the things in the books, and you'll see like this is just sort of like a little bit of a detail. I don't consider it to be a real spoiler. It's just sort of like a detail about the mechanics of the magic system. But I was talking about it in reference to what happened between Rand and Selene in the previous episode when he was channeling fire weaves and she was telling him she wasn't afraid of him. And it seemed like she could see his weaves, right? You'll notice that when she was channeling just now, what he got was sort of like a weird, sort of almost like that ripple effect you get over top of hot pavement, where it's like where it's not really like you're seeing an actual thing, but you're seeing a distortion of what's around it, you know, because of the heat. And that makes sense to me because in the books there's this idea that you know that men and women, they can't see each other's weaves and stuff, right? But that maybe they could kind of feel something about the other sex's weaves. It sort of like creates like a kind of like a tingly sensation and stuff like that. So I like what they're doing here, where it's basically they're taking that a step further to the point where it's like, yeah, they still can't see each other's weaves, but they can kind of, under certain circumstances, see the effects of them a little bit. Like almost like they can get to the point where they can tell that maybe the other sex is channeling. They just can't tell what the hell they're channeling. You know what I mean? Which I like, because I always thought that made a lot of sense, that the magic users should be able to tell that other person is using magic, and it still preserves mystery and you know, creates tension in situations like how are they going to get out of this and stuff like that, that they can't tell what's being done with the magic, just that there's magic being used. And I really like that, and I assume that will also extend, like it does in the books, to what you can do with magic that's already been put in place by someone of the opposite sex. So yeah, definitely interesting ways of remixing things without really changing them all that much. Really cool having Moiraine come in clutch like that. At the end, I guess she was able to convince her sister to give up her info. Also really cool meeting her sister and getting a little bit more of the backstory of House Damodred, and you know, you can kind of start connecting the dots as to, you know, how Moiraine, because you know we've got an example of what a noble person at the tower can look like with Elaine. We don't really get the sense that Moiraine's experience at the tower is like Elaine's experience at the tower. So, you know, as Lady Damodred even said, you know, their house's fortune had fallen pretty hard because of some unpleasantness involving their uncle. I'll just leave it at that. It's pretty interesting to see that and to start getting some hints as to what's going on there. And of course, bringing in a little bit more of the bigger political machinations going on, because obviously House Damodred is attempting to marry into Tyrion's royal family. And yeah, that could be interesting. We also got a big thing going on with Liandrin. We found, well, I mean, cat's out of the bag now. No, don't have to dance around this anymore. We got confirmation in this episode that Liandrin is allied with Shamael. So yeah. So the question is, you know, for you guys speculating out there, was she the person wearing the black ring of the Aes Sedai at the meeting with the Ishamael in the first episode? Or was it someone else? I have suspicions about who it was, and I will not confirm or deny whether or not that person that I think it was Liandrin. All I'll say is if I'm right, regardless of who it is, especially because of the circumstances and everything, I think that it'll be a pretty big reveal. I was surprised, speaking of reveals, to get at the midpoint already, the reveal that Salim's Lanfear this early on. I really did think they were going to, carry that out a little longer, but it was pretty cool. There is a cold open I'm hoping for concerning her character. Just basically, there's a neat bit of backstory that I think would mirror very well with the cold open we got for the first season last episode. And so if we get something like that, except with Lanfear, that would make me so happy. And people on Twitter of time know probably remember this, but basically my biggest hope is that somehow the writers will work in the line, "Good news, everyone," like Farnsworth says on Futurama.
Good news, everyone!
I really want those words to come out of Lanfear's mouth in a cold open, set in the past with her, and people know what I'm talking about, but it'd be really cool. Let's just say giant floating ball. That's all I'm gonna say. Very interesting episode. Of course, Nynaeve and Egwene get ensnared by their desire to help their friends. Liandrin definitely seems to want them for the fact that they're very powerful and the fact that they have a lot of spirit. What she wants them for, I will leave you guys to speculate. And I can't be 100% sure that that's exactly her motivations, because in the books, Liandrin is not really that well developed. The show has developed her much, much more than the books did. I'm speculating a fair bit about her motivations and everything too. I assume that what she wants is to create a world in which she never has to lose anybody again, which is, I think, a fairly common desire. So it gives her something in common with most of us, I think. Definitely great how the show has managed to make every single villain a three-dimensional person who, if not for being bad guys, you could actually see yourself like caring about, maybe even being friends with. Even everyone, even over to Ishamael, they all seem like under different circumstances, they'd be really cool people, But yeah, my goodness, I am just loving this season. It's like I said before, I liked the first season despite having a lot of jank, but this really is on a whole nother level. It's like if they can keep leveling up like this show is going to go down as one of the best adaptations ever made, honestly. End up being right up there with things like The Expanse and The Last of Us if they keep it up like this. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I need to talk about. Well, I guess I don't technically need to talk about anything. It was really cool seeing how Alana's family lives, I guess you could say. I was curious as to how many of the people who were there were her actual family, and how many of them were other Aes Sedai and their warders. I assume they were all family, and that the two old ladies, so to speak, were her sisters, just like we were getting with Moiraine and her sister, because that's the way it is with Aes Sedai. They basically look perpetually somewhere in their 20s, 30s, 40-ish, that interesting age range where it's difficult for a lot of people to peg down exactly how old you are. You may notice that when you think about it, that's also how Celine looked. And it's how Ishamael looks. He's got white in his beard, but he does not look like an old man. Not really. And you can imagine him as being a bunch of different ages. What do you think Liandrin's plans for the girls are? We now know what she wanted men for. Partially, we know that she wants men to go to Cairhien, presumably to bring Matt there so that the vision she had can come true. I'm interested to see how that plays out for Ishamael's plans. But we also know that Ashamael does not actually want to kill Rand. He wants to turn him to the shadow. So, what's going on there? Oh, we got to meet Hopper. I almost forgot to mention that. Like, why do you guys think I love Hopper so much? I mean, it's pretty easy to figure it out, isn't it? He's a good boy. He is the goodest of boys. I really like how they're working all this stuff in. Before I start rambling too much again.
Too late.
What do you think's going to happen now that Rand knows this Lean is Lanfear? And he left her again, because she did tell him she was going to kill him if he left her again. So what do you think? Do you think she's actually going to try to kill him? Or do you think it's going to be one of those things where she acts real crazy, but then it's like, I love you, baby, don't leave. But yeah, in general, just tell me what you think's going to happen. But remember, those of you who do know what's going to happen, use your spoiler warnings if you want to talk about it. Like, I'm really serious about that. If you guys put a spoiler in there that is unprotected, like if you don't say spoiler warning for book whatever and leave several lines of space so that people who don't know what's coming can stay people who don't know what's coming, I'm going to delete your comment. If it's got something I think is of value to whatever conversation is going on, I'll repost it under my, myself with the spoiler warning that should have been in there, but I will delete your comment. I'm probably not going to give an actual, because I will say ask people who do that to modify their comments, but I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm going to take them down now as soon as I see them, because it occurred to me that me trying to give that grace period just to be nice, because I know people do make mistakes, so I didn't want to just jump in and delete their comments, but me trying to be nice leaves that there for longer to spoil other people. So no, I'm just going to delete them from now on, and like I said, I'll post it back up if I think there's something in the comment that needs to still be in the conversation. But it's really important, guys. Like, don't ruin stories for people. That's just a jerk thing to do. Like I said, I know most of you aren't trying to do it. I get it. You get excited and you just are talking, and even when you're typing, sometimes it's like you're just excited, you're just talking. But just take a moment before. One of the best things about written communication is you can take a moment to stop and think before you hit okay or send or whatever, and just ask yourself, if I was reading this for the first time, would I have wanted to know this information before I got to it? Even that I shouldn't say, because there are some people who really don't care, but don't ruin stories for people. It doesn't matter how old the story is, it doesn't matter how many people have seen it or how many people you think should have seen it or read it or whatever. Everybody deserves a chance to experience the thing fresh the same way you did. Every single person deserves that, okay? So just keep that in mind. And I'll get off of that particular soapbox. That was my soapbox moment for this reaction. Anyway, guys, as always, do your best to stay safe and be well. And I'll see you for the next one. We ride for Tarmon Gaiden. Bye-bye.
A girl's pure feelings do not belong in your hands. A pure heart should be cherished and protected from the likes of you. I am the pretty guardian who fights for love and for justice. I am Sailor Moon, and now, in the name of the moon, I'll punish you.
What do you mean?